go from here or what to do to make her feel safe, because I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to reach out again to the family of the girl, and I'm going to speak to them a certain way. You know, first
I think it'll be effective.
you're not alone, by the way. You got my number on speed dial from now on, and we do have friends in your area. So, and
both in
that's what we're trying to avoid.
By the way, both legitimate. We have very deep friends in the police department out there. So,
and
really,
yes,
both sides.
Yeah.
So
the non-police action field.
And you know, and I'm not advocating that, but you know, the family. I'll have a conversation with the mom once I get her on the phone, or uncle or father or somebody. But
and I hope that you get through, because at this point, I met with somebody in Gascon's office, because I do still have some contacts from, you know, when I worked in you know, whatever. And we had an off the books meeting. And in that meeting, there was no reason why they could not have charged her with premeditated attempted murder. The only reason that the girl didn't get detained is because there was supposed to be a petition that was filed within 24 hours of the initial arrest that was not filed because they weren't going to file at all. They were not going to charge this girl at all.
Gascon, how do you say his?
Well, it was his Gascon.
Gascon.
Per his.
We talked about him yesterday. We talked about him yesterday at an evening event.
See, the problem I have with Gascon is, I don't mean to cut you off, is this.
You did, though.
You
cut her off.
I know.
Okay.
But I'm going to cut it. I usually have a bad.
It's all good. I can share.
When he cuts. So the problem I have with him is, if his programs he insists on, right? That's his, you know, he's the district attorney there. But then he should have a follow-up to do something different than if you're not going to incarcerate. And that means follow-up to be on top of this girl for what she did and force her into some sort of programs.
Have they come to your house since this? Have they been to your house? The government. The government.
No.
Okay. And if Gascon had a daughter and she was in a situation, I want to ask him, what would you do if it was your daughter? Every time she walks out the house. This is what I want to know. Like, if you're going to take a stance, he needs to take a stance to do something different than the usual.
If he doesn't want incarceration, he needs to put more effort
into doing something.
That's visible effort. They should have the police at your house once or twice a week, asking if things are okay. Not allowed?
No, thank you. No, thank you.
You don't want the attention. You might not want the attention. I understand that. But there's ways of doing it. There's ways of checking in with you.
Not even the attention. We are a no cop calling family. Right. And we take care of our own and protect our community and our families.
Okay.
So
okay. No, that's fine. That's good to know.
Here's the problem. And you don't need the police to do that. The problem is this. It's very easy in my past life or now to go like this and change the situation in the wrong way, back to our old ways. And no one's advocating that. So what I am advocating is, there's got to be something that doesn't involve your family that Gascon goes to that family and oversees that nothing's going to happen.
Yes. So in this meeting, it was disclosed to me that the girl, so Gascon's office released a statement stating something to the effect that the girl is being treated and accordingly to ensure the safety of all those involved, something to that nature. Well, apparently probation does not have any sort of intensive treatment programs for girls who of this age who commit these kinds of crimes. It was straight up told to me, the probation officer is going to give her a list of services, anger management, counseling. She's going to have to take it upon herself to call them, see if they'll take her, if they'll treat her.
That.
But it's not even, she said some of the numbers are expired. They're no longer in business, you know.
These people suck.
So there's not even a guarantee. there's not even a guarantee that she's going to get any treatment at all, because if the services aren't available, how is she supposed to?
Right.
The only organization out here in Inglewood that provides this kind of deferred, alternative to detention kind of wraparound services is Sentinel Youth Center. While we spoke with the director stated that they are not trained nor equipped to treat young people that commit crimes of this magnitude.
Yeah. So but again, this is the problem with Gascon. If you want to say you don't want to incarcerate, and I'm not a big advocate of incarceration either, but then you have to have another plan in effect to stop this kind of action and behavior. Because in return, like we grew up, our old ways was, okay, you did this, we're going to go take care of you another way now. And we're going to go back at you. And when we go back at you, it was permanent. And I'm not advocating that in today's society, not for your daughter, not for your family, not for any kid, because it only ruins their life too. But
absolutely,
Gascon, as the district attorney, needs to have programs in that are mandatory in effect to guarantee the safety, or almost guarantee the safety best you can for your family and your daughter.
Well, I looked into victims of crime because at this point, the only feasible, logical idea I could come up with is either get a gate around our property, but we rent. And I reached out to the owner, the management company, to ask the owner if victims of crime could cover that. Would he be willing to? I never heard back. And the only other thing is to move. We literally live 4 blocks from this girl. And, as John said in the past, in previous conversations, this girl is not done. If there's an opportunity to finish the job and kill my daughter, I believe wholeheartedly that she absolutely will, given the opportunity.
The gate around the house, unfortunately, is not going to help you. You can't put a gate around your daughter everywhere she goes. And this is the issue, because there's a couple things that could be done, right?
Gascon can buy me a house.
Yeah.
Good luck with that, right?
I think.
No, but not you, but he'll buy someone else a house that doesn't belong in this country, right? If they'll give them things, but you're an American, you can't get nothing.
The problem is, and I know more about your daughter because I watched the first time it hit home when I watched it, and second because you're a beautiful girl, right? And I look at you and I'm saying you got a whole future ahead of you. You speak well. You're adorable girl, really, and I can see why they're jealous.
She is.
And I can see why they're envious of you, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
And maybe at your age you don't see why, but as adults we do see why. And so now, how do you get your life to enjoy your life without dealing with this nonsense is the thing, because otherwise I could tell you what we would have used to have done, not you, or ask some of our friends to do for you, but that's not the right way to teach you to enjoy your life. I tell everybody, when you look in the mirror, you might as well hit yourself if you're going to go do something to somebody else, because you're just going to ruin your life. But there's got to be a way for you to get away from this and live a normal, what girls your age do. They go have fun, they go laugh with their girlfriends.
Do you have any steady friends?
Yeah, I do.
You do. And how do they react to this whole situation? And are they supportive? And I mean, are they afraid of this girl? I mean,
they want to do what she did to Elise to her, because nothing will happen to them. That's exactly what they said.
Now that's what he's brewing.
I know what
he's creating this storm now.
It's not a good thing, and I try to talk to them, and explain why that's not a good idea and why we're not going to do that.
This podcast is sponsored by BetterHelp and the Elite Show.
Over a lifetime, I think anybody and everybody feels overwhelmed and burnt out. Somebody like myself that went through therapy over the years, it was a convenience to be able to call BetterHelp, connect with somebody right over the phone, not leaving my house, and build confidence through a therapist online. And, by doing that, it's really helped me over the years to feel better, to understand when I'm burnt out, and understand when I need to talk to somebody.
BetterHelp is customized online therapy that offers video, phone, and even live chat sessions with your therapist, so you don't have to see anybody on camera if you don't want to. It's much more affordable than in-person therapy, and you can be matched with a therapist in under 48 hours.
Give it a try and see why over 2 million people have used BetterHelp online therapy. Listeners get 10% off their first month at betterhelp.com/elite. That's BetterHelp, BetterHelp.com/elite. BetterHelp.
The reason we reached out to the media was because we want to bring awareness to the issue, and we want to hold the family accountable in any way that we can. And it's kind of like to say, hey, this girl is the girl that did this to my daughter, and your daughter did this to my daughter, and you need to acknowledge it and face it, because you can, if you're not going to get her the services that she needs, then I'm going to push for her to get the services that she needs, because if it's not my daughter, it's going to be somebody else's.
What school is this girl in now?
She's in Monroe and Inglewood, but she's in middle school.
Really?
My daughter's in 9th grade. They've never met before in their lives. I actually went out of my way when the year began to make sure that she wasn't attending the school that I put my daughter in, and I put her in 2 cities over, because I was terrified that they were going to end up at the same school.
Well, yeah, that can't happen. That's what I'm asking.
And then it just so happened that her cousin attended the same school that she still goes to. We had to get a restraining order against the cousin, because the day of the adjudication, she ran up to Elise and assaulted her, pulled her hair, and took off running, laughing. And we had to get a restraining order against her. So they ended up charging her with victim intimidation.
What nationality are the other girls?
I think Mexican, because she sent her to Guadalajara to live with her aunt. So I'm assuming they're Mexican.
Like, what's the purpose? I mean, it's like we get the same stuff. We get the same type of bullying, except they don't pull our hair. And he got his hair cut the other day with a 2 instead of a 4.
Yeah, so they can't pull my hair. Yeah.
And now
the same. They never relent. It's like their goal is to get killed.
They
hate themselves.
And now my daughter's 14 years old, and where I should be able to, feel comfortable dropping her off at the movies with a couple of friends, right, or allowing her to go to the mall and walk around by herself. I'm literally either trailing behind them at the mall or waiting downstairs in the parking lot at the movies. I can't give her the freedom that she should be able to have as a 14-year-old and a growing young teen, because I'm terrified that this girl is going to end up finding her and hurting her again and killing her possibly.
Are you stuck in this area? If say there was people that helped to move you to another area, I mean,
no, I'm not.
Away,
the only restrictions that I have is I have to stay in Los Angeles County, because I'm currently a foster parent, and to keep my license open and to keep the young person that I have in my care is to stay in LA County, because it's fostering, and I have to keep my license open because I'm terrified of CPS removing any young people or kids in my family, my immediate family. So I got my license to protect them in the event that they need to be placed emergently. As a victim of the foster care system, as a former foster youth, I was also victimized by CPS with an illegal warrantless removal, which I was able to sue the county and won. So not only have I been victimized as a foster youth, but I've been victimized as a mother by them. And so to protect the kids in my family, I have to stay in LA County.
So if we put out a GoFund and we're able to get 10,000 donated for your moving costs, your security first and last, to get you in another unit?
So this is the problem. I have about $25,000 to put down on a house. We've been pre-approved 3 times. We have to get reapproved every 3 months. The problem is that we don't have enough of a down payment to meet the going rate of what houses are going for. So we always get outbidded. So it's not so much that we can't afford to move. We can afford to move, but it's sustaining ourselves in that after that move. So we paid a little under $2,500 for a 3-bedroom house here. I have to have a 3-bedroom house because of the department's requirements for everybody to have their own
Kids,
room.
right?
Yes. And so it's not like I can downgrade and get a cheaper, house. And then because of the stadium, everything's around here, 2 bedrooms are like 25, 3,000. So if I were to move into another 3-bedroom, it would be $4,000 a month.
Yeah.
And I can't afford that. The max I can afford is 25,000. So while I can buy a house, if I had a bigger down payment, I have to make sure that it's no more than, 25, 26, 2,700, because then I wouldn't be able to afford to live.
The monthly maintenance. Yeah.
So how about we ask Gascon, since his programs, he has a million programs. So why not?
I'm so down. Man, even if it's Habitat for Humanity, I'll build my own fucking house. Like I want my daughter to have that sense of security again. And I want to get the hell out of this neighborhood. Like 4 blocks, literally 4 blocks. They've come to my house. A little boy lives in front of her accomplice, and he called us a couple of times over the years, saying that they were gearing up, getting ready to come shoot at my house. And we put in cameras that day and put all these ridiculous signs all over my house, literally like smile, you're on camera, warning, video taping, whatever taking place, just to like kind of deter them from, coming to the house and shooting. And sure enough, they did see the cameras and they ended up shooting at the corner. And we live 1 house from the corner. So it was, it's right there. It's like, we can't leave our doors unlocked. Before, we've lived very comfortably. We felt safe. We get along with all of our neighbors. We all look out for each other. It really is just a really nice block to live on. But it's, the outside threat that is now posing a risk.
One little human being creating this type of trauma in a family, even in the neighborhood. I mean, think about being your guys' neighbors. You got.
You know what the problem is? They try so hard to be tough when they're not. And they want to experience what me and my friends all did. 3/4 of the guys that grew up with me are dead. So the problem is, how do we convince them that to somebody like me, they look like ridiculous little punk kids? And, to teach them to try to have a normal, nice life instead of this insecure bullshit, whatever they're trying to project, because to me, it's so cowardly.
They're
and
scared.
They don't get it.
They're scared. They're fearful. Bullies the bullies are scared, fearful people. They're very afraid of something. I don't know what
you got guys. I guess between the two of us, we did about 35 years in prison. So and our friends, lifers and guys that never made it, and got killed in jail, out of jail. So these kids to us, it's very hard. That's why I want to have a conversation with the mother or somebody in our family to say to them, look, what are you looking for here? Just because sometimes this doesn't go one way, it goes the other way too, if it gets out of hand. And
I just don't understand how a mom is not aware that a 13-year-old child, or 12 at the time, can leave the house with a knife with the intent to go stab somebody and kill them, and even call friends and get them to rally them to go with her to the park to do it.
Yeah,
and not
mom
know
does
what they're
probably.
doing.
Either the mother doesn't give a shit, the mother's just stupid, the mother's naive, she wants to bury her head in the sand, or the mother just has completely no control and she gave up. I mean, I don't know, it could be any of those things.
That's the sad thing.
Maybe she has a drug problem, alcohol problem, the mother herself, who knows?
My daughter was being bullied, in elementary, and at that, my older daughter, she's 18 now. And what I saw that I needed to do was get more involved in the school. So I became a gun-ho PTA mom with all the white moms, doing all the fundraisers and the yearbook and the bake sales or whatnot, because I felt like if she saw my presence, she'd feel more confident. And if the bullies saw me present, that they'd stop bullying her. And they did. And we ended up building a relationship with all the kids that were bullying her. Ultimately, I feel like as a parent, if you see these behaviors, and I'm sure there were warning signs prior to, her almost killing my daughter. There had to have been something that told the mom, like, hey, your daughter's, at risk or on the fence, do something. I mean,
Luciana, I want you to go on my pages on a regular basis. Luciana, can you do that? Post on my pages. I'm going to share your pages for everybody I know in LA and different places. So there's going to be a lot of support behind you.
I'd like to see if they jump on.
They will jump on.
If the haters jump on, if they attack you through John's page, that would be fun too. Actually,
yeah, I'd like to see if they jump on.
We'd like to know who they are.
When we come to LA, I'll ring their bell for you.
Yeah, yeah. What?
You know what is the most hurtful thing about this entire process? Not hurtful. I mean, it's proud, humbling, but it's frustrating because I told Elisiana at her victim's impact statement, where she had the opportunity to speak. I told her to cuss. I told her, I said, if you need to call her a bitch, call her a bitch. If you need to, get up there and yell at her, go ahead, do it. Just get it all out. And she couldn't. And you know why she couldn't? Because she was too respectful because there was elders in the room. I mean,
she's so well. You did a good job with her. I mean, you know what?
Too good of a job. I want her to be angry.
People don't like somebody that handles themselves intelligently, properly. They feel intimidated just by that alone. Believe it or not, because you don't get all stirred up and violent and antsy when you handle yourself with the poise like that. People are looking at that fearful because they want that and they don't know how to get it. And that's really
and the whole time that she was on the ground bleeding out, she was comforting me. She was telling me that she was going to be okay. I mean, you're dying. You're on the floor. You've been stabbed multiple times. Like, how did she even muster the courage to tell me that she was okay? And Mom, it's okay. I'm going to be fine. Don't worry. It's going to be okay. And then to later find out that she thought she was going to die and she just was worried about me because she saw the fear in my eyes. Yeah. I mean, for her to even have to go through something like that, like I can't wrap my head around it. I mean, if she wasn't bleeding out, if it wasn't between getting at that girl or saving my daughter's life and holding her wounds down.
Did you call an ambulance or you took her in the car and drove her straight?
No, I was screaming for people to call an ambulance because me and my fiance had both of our hands down on her, putting pressure on her wounds. So we were incapacitated. I took off my shirt. I was on my knees, putting pressure on her wounds with my shirt because I took my shirt off. So I'm on my knees in my bra.
Whatever we got to do. Whatever we got to do, Mom.
I know.
You would have went braless if you had to. Who you kidding?
You're damn straight I would have.
No one would blame you at all. Believe me when I tell you.
Oh, man.
I mean, whatever it takes. Whatever it takes.
Yeah, but if we weren't there. I'm sorry?
I give you a lot of credit. And I give her...
I don't know. I've seen people bleed out. I've watched them go right in front of my eyes. I could do nothing about it. And I've watched it.
Elisiana, the only thing I can keep saying to you is keep smiling. Don't let nobody listen. They want to ruin your happiness, and they win if you allow that. So you got to be the strong person you already are, right? And enjoy your life. Go about your life smiling.
You know what will make her happy is her being able to hang out on her porch and do her TikToks during the glow hour.
I don't even do that anymore. I don't do that anymore.
Without worrying about this
TikTok.
girl.
We do TikTok.
We got thrown off. We don't know what we're doing. We got to do it with you. We got to do it with you.
Yeah, we need some help. She's very beautiful. I can see why they hate her. But more importantly, she's very poised. And that's really makes people fearful because she's so, I can see how smooth she handles things. It's just
people that are listening.
I'm going to be okay. I might be dead soon, but Mommy, it's going to be okay for you.
If people that are listening, write some comments, give some suggestions and stuff. I want everybody to suggest. Hit the subscribe button.
I might die soon, Mommy, but it's going to be fine. Don't you worry.
If he interrupted me, I'm going to kill him on the air. Mikey, Mikey cuts.
Mikey cuts.
So listen, I want
hit
people
the subscribe button. He just said it.
No, I want them to comment and ask questions and what they could do to help us.
Oh, go subscribe.
And I want the people in LA, especially and friends of mine over there, give me some suggestions
Yeah.
Let me know what you ask.
And if
Tell me what you
anybody
say.
wants, if anybody in the surrounding neighborhoods want to sell me their house at fair market value, then I can get it like that without any help.
Maybe they don't got to sell it. We just knock on the door and throw them out.
Let's get him out.
I mean,
All right, you're out. You're moving.
Yeah. Okay.
it
Yeah,
can
my
happen.
son's out there too.
I read an article about a woman who was a Black woman in Oakland, and she wanted to sell her house to another Black family in Oakland at a fair market value. And so she wouldn't be outbidded, and they could keep the community, Black and of color, and prevent gentrification. And she sold her house just because of that. So, I mean, you never know.
There's a lot of good people out there. Listen, I talk about this all the time. There's a lot of people that, try to divide people. I try to unite them. I grew up in a mixed neighborhood, so I got a lot of mixed friends of every race and religion and all that bullshit.
We don't look at color.
Yeah,
we don't look at color. We look at character.
Yeah.
Character.
You know what?
And that's character right there.
And, one day she's going to be a doctor.
I can't wait. And that's so exciting.
I wish you guys could see her spunky side. She's
Oh, I know she's spunky. She's being quiet now.
Yeah.
As soon as we hang up, she'll be like, "Ma, shut up."
Yeah. Yeah. This is my little road dog.
Yeah.
That's great. I mean, I don't know whatever else we could do for you. We're here. And the only thing I can tell you, Feliciana, stay on my pages and I'll keep pushing whatever you're writing. And I'll get you a big following of people from out there and different areas that support you. And whatever you need, I'm serious.
Yeah,
you got my card.
Got
it. Speed dial me anytime. And I do got a lot of friends there.
Yeah, we're not going to let you be alone in this.
And I'm not talking about the law enforcement side either. I'm talking about the other side.
Yeah.
So I do got people that will look out for you.
My friend's the head of one of the gang units out there too. So, I mean, really, we know a lot of people.
Yeah, well, I mean, she's not too far from joining the gang life. She was dating a boy that was from the Crips gang out here recently.
Yeah.
And we just found out that she's pregnant.
Oh, really?
Nice.
Well, I mean, I don't know if she still is, but
yeah.
Good
start. Nothing like raising a child when you're 12.
Hey, becoming a mom changed my life, so
maybe it'll change her life.
Maybe it'll change her life. It'll knock her up for 9 months.
Yeah.
We're us three. We're a rare breed.
I apologize for that disgusting response there, but
that's
amen.
Okay.
Amen.
They don't make them. They don't make them like us no more.
You're a good crew. You're a good crew, Ma. I think you guys you got a good mom there.
And I give you a lot of credit for your straining and doing things a different way, because I know as well, it's not easy.
Yeah,
it's very hard.
You can handle it real quick.
Because
yes, I've been offered several times, and the offers keep coming, and it's not in me. I can't.
Yeah. No,
I can't.
Well, you know what? That's a true character of your mom too, because it's a lot of restraint to say no.
Oh yeah, it is. I always told myself that if anybody ever hurt my kids, I'd be in jail for life. Yeah. But when I said that, I didn't realize that I was going to have 5 other kids to live for.
Right. There's a lot of things to. Yeah.
And a couple of dogs I hear in the background.
A couple of dogs.
I hear the dogs. I love dogs. I love animals. So.
Cats. Yep, and I didn't know that I was going to be this.
Can we put her? Can we just say her Instagram aloud so we can close with that maybe? And
you want to give us your Instagram and stuff on here, or
so I know nobody's on Facebook anymore, but some of us are. It's Ilisiana Story, ELISYANNAH, and so basically facebook.com/Justice for Ilisiana. And on Instagram, it's the same thing, Justice for Ilisiana. And if anybody would like to reach out and support, or just, if you're a victim of bullying and you've dealt with something similar and you just need support, I know Ilisiana is all about being there for anybody who needs to, push through this bullying stuff with her. She actually started her Instagram page to be able to provide a safe space for young people to contact her if they were being bullied. So that was the original intent. So if you want to reach out, it's justiceforelisiana@gmail.com. And if any parents are dealing with bullies, or your kid is a bully, and you need support, and help, I'm here. I'll do whatever I can as well. Elisiana, we've gone to bullying conferences. We partook in the anti-bullying campaigns in their schools. So even before they were being bullied. At one point, my oldest daughter started to become a bully because she was bullied so much, and we nipped that in the butt. So I do have some.
You got a lot of experience, Ma. Yeah, that's great.
So any parents, reach out. I'm here.
Yeah, thanks. That's great. That's great.
Thank you, John.
You're welcome. And just because the show's over today doesn't mean, anytime, call, text, whatever we could do for you, help you, and we'll reach out to some of our friends also. And
I appreciate your guys' authenticity. I appreciate the realness, the rawness. I think this is the most comfortable conversation that I've had when talking about what happened, and it's refreshing. And I really appreciate just your guys' overall, your vibe. I mean, you guys. Yeah,
Aliciana, excuse me, Mom. Aliciana, what do you want to say? Just say something so that people know what's pulls on you. What's pulling on you?
Just the bullies, and what people are going through, and what I went through.
See, she's still thinking about other people. I mean, it's just.
Aliciana, let me tell you something. My son was on the other side of the spectrum when a guy tried to get cute with him, and my son shot him, and he's in jail. So you don't win on that side either, doing what my son did. He's in jail. He's got about 7 years. He'll be out next year. So,
but your son was on the right side of justice. He was doing something good. His intentions were good.
Yeah, his intentions were good, but at the end of the day, you can't win that way either. And this is why I say it's not worth doing it that way. Yeah. And the same guy that was talking nonsense, as soon as my son shot him, he gave him up. So,
tough guy.
You know how that goes. So that's why I said she's doing the right thing the way you're doing it, Aliciana, and we'll try to help you every which way we can. And people that want to get in contact with her through the show, it's johnalite.com. My Instagram is truejohnalite. I have 5 books out there, Prison Rules, Gotti's Rules, Mafia International, Darkest Hour, and Death Haven. So there's books that we've been doing this for a long time and in and out of prisons ourselves. So we know exactly every angle of this. So whatever way we can help people, again, any questions or anything, any support for her, please contact us.
The Mike Dowd on Instagram for me, Twitter, also on Twitter, The Mike Dowd, and Facebook is Michael Dowd, I think, so if you need to just send me a message. I can't remember this. I didn't build it. Someone else built it for me. You know how that goes. I'll sold people. Kids run it, and then they get in trouble.
We're on Facebook. We're on everything, but we're on the Facebook. Yeah, Instagram, we answer.
And if you don't know the story, John's got several movies he's been involved in. I have a movie called The 7-5, a documentary called The 7-5. If you've seen it or not, I don't know, on Netflix. It was on Netflix.
Okay.
It was on Netflix for 3 years, and it's now, I think it's on Prime, but I'm not sure. It's also on YouTube. It's spelled The 7-5. You get an idea who and where I've been and what I've been through, because a lot of people out there, John doesn't seem to introduce me properly anymore. He doesn't care. But
it's because he's wearing pink.
So what? It's nice. Wait, it looks nice, right? I mean,
my whole living room is pink.
See, I fit right at home. I'd be right at home over there. Thanks for coming on. We really love your daughter, and we love Mom. Your restraint was amazing. I was very impressed. God bless you. Good luck.
Anything you need.
Anything. We're here.
Thank you.
Thank you.